Lancashire kept their 40-over season alive by beating group leaders Hampshire by just 5 runs in a thrilling Yorkshire Bank 40 contest at the Emirates Old Trafford, meaning that still no side has made it through to the semi-finals as we head into the final weekend of the group matches. Batting first after winning the toss, Lancashire lost Tom Smith in the 4th over as he top-edged a hit off Dimitri Mascarenhas to Liam Dawson to go at 16 for 1. Stephen Moore then took over, dominating a second-wicket partnership of 57 with Ashwell Prince in what was a must-win game for the home side. With this being their penultimate match of the group stages of this season's competition, the Lightning had 13 points and sat 3 behind the group leaders Hampshire, who knew that a win here would guarantee their qualification for the semi-finals. Moore was making life a little difficult for them. With the score on 73 in the 11th over, Lancashire lost Prince for 17 as he was bowled by Mascarenhas, a man who would love to finish off his career with another Lord's final. His side needed to get shot of Moore, however. He reached his second 50 of the competition by pulling Sean Irvine for a 6 to get to his mark off 39 balls, an innings including that maximum and 7 other 4s. He was out after adding just 1 more run as he edged the 16-year-old Brad Taylor, playing in only his second List A game behind. That was just the 3rd ball of the match for the youngster from Winchester. Moore left with his side on 84 for 3 in over number 14, but Carl Brown ensured that the loss of those wickets was no more than a blip as he flicked Irvine for a 6. He had Simon Katic at the other end, and the experienced Australian, playing against his former county, latched onto Dawson with these boundaries coming off successive balls as Lancashire headed towards the halfway stage of their innings with 127 runs on the board. But the end of the 20th over also saw the end of Katic, and what a moment this must have been for Taylor to get a prized wicket in front of a TV audience. He showed no nerves at all as Dawson held on for the bowler's second success. Taylor was in the team because Hampshire were missing a number of players to the England Lions, players like Danny Briggs, Michael Carberry and James Vince. Brown tried to take advantage of that. He went to his half-century off 46 balls with this single off Dawson. Brown had struck 1 6 and 4 4s in a priceless knock, which had carried his side to a total of 182 for 4 with 10 overs left. With wickets in hand, Lancashire could now afford to throw the bat, something that Stephen Croft did at the start of the 31st over as he clubbed Irvine for a maximum. With Taylor finishing his spell with a very respectable figures of 2 for 50 from his 8 overs, Brown and Croft now had to score off the more experienced bowlers, something they did well as they took their partnership to 95 in 16 overs, taking the total to 222 with 4.5 overs remaining. They then lost Brown for 66 as he sliced a hit off Mascarenhas to Jimmy Adams. Gareth Cross followed in the same over as Mascarenhas picked up his 4th wicket by bowling Cross around his legs for a golden duck. Croft, though, was able to become the 3rd man of the innings to get to the half-century mark. He needed 55 balls for it, from which he'd struck only 2 4s and 1 6. He now had 3 more overs to make as many more as he could. In their pursuit of quick runs at the end, Lancashire lost 3 wickets. Aaron Lilly was bowled by Mascarenhas as he claimed what was only his second 5-wicket haul in 266 List A matches. He then ran out his former Hampshire teammate Kabir Ali in the final over, the batsman hardly getting halfway down the pitch by the time that the ball cannoned into the stumps. Croft was also out before the end, holing out off David Griffiths for a runner ball 65, as the home side completed their 40 overs with a total of 261 for 9 on the board, Mascarenhas ending with 5 for 42. With no Carberry nor Vince, Hampshire opened up with the inexperienced pair of Sean Terry and Michael Roberts. Yet they did an excellent job as they knocked off 50 of the runs in the first 10 overs to lay the ideal platform for their side. Roberts lost his wicket when he found Prince off Glen Chappell after making 25 off 36 deliveries. Hampshire, though, wouldn't have minded that too much as it brought in their more experienced captain Adams, who got the ball rolling with a thumping 6 off Kyle Hogg. He lost Terry in the 19th over with 92 runs on the board, the batsman having made 33 when he yorked himself and was stumped by Cross, who didn't seem to know too much about it. So now the visitors had Neil Mackenzie and Adams in. They took the score to 99 for 2 at the halfway stage, leaving another 163 to get off the second 20 overs. 29 more had been added in 4.5 overs when Adams, on a runner ball 41, chipped Croft to Lily. It was still anyone's game at this point, and even more so when Mackenzie and Irvine got together. They found the boundaries to keep their side interested and in with a shout of becoming the first side to qualify for the semi-finals, even at this late stage of the competition. Mackenzie went to a 45 ball 50 and had advanced to 65 off 54 when he was stumped by Cross off Lily, with 62 now needed off the last 35 balls. It was a massive wicket for Lancashire, as was the one of Dawson, who was gone next ball as he gloved a reverse sweep to Cross, who reacted quickly to take the catch. So now it was all down to Irvine, who stuck it out to take the runs required down to 34 off the last 3 overs. But when he clubbed an alley full toss to Croft at the start of the 38th over to go for 43, Hampshire's chances of winning were diminished greatly. Mascarenhas hadn't given up though, and he produced a couple of shots you might normally see at Wimbledon to take the runs required to 12 off the last over. It was to be bowled by Ali, who began it by having Mascarenhas held in the covers by Prince, either side of the fielder, and it would have been a boundary. Chris Wood then took 5 runs off the next 3 balls, leaving 7 to get off the last 2, and the game was up for the Royals as Adam Wheater thumped another full bunger out to Chappell. Ali now just needed to make sure that he didn't bowl a no ball or a wide, and that he did well enough with just a single coming off the last ball to give Lancashire the win they needed to keep their 40-over season alive with 1 game to go. They will still need to win that to qualify as either the group winners or possibly as the best runner-up from the 3 groups. They play Essex in Manchester next Monday, while Hampshire still know that a victory away at Derbyshire on the same day will still be enough to guarantee their qualification.